Hello, this is Bruce Hansen with Sunbelt Marketing, and today we're going to be talking about Pietro Fiorentini gas regulators. Now, this video is a follow-up to the standard gas regulator video, so if you haven't seen that, you might want to go back and watch it. But specifically, we're going to be talking about the overpressure device model and the dual cut model. Now, these are designed for overpressure protection. What is overpressure protection? Simply put, any indoor regulator application over 2 psi requires overpressure protection. In the OPD model, you'll notice that there's a copper sensing line connecting the worker regulator to the monitor regulator on the upstream side. This sensing line allows the monitor regulator to regulate based on the pressure on the outlet side of the worker regulator. If, for example, this worker regulator is set to 7 inches of water column, the monitor is set at 12 inches of water column. In this case, the full inlet pressure of 10 psi enters the monitor regulator and passes directly to the worker regulator because this monitor is set at 12 inches of water column, but it's only sensing 7 inches of water column, so the monitor remains wide open. It's almost as if it doesn't exist. This worker regulator reduces this 10 psi pressure down to 7 inches and sends that 7 inches of water column downstream to our appliance. If the worker regulator were to fail, the monitor regulator will instantly sense the increase in pressure and it will begin regulating to the pressure it was set for 12 inches of water column. The system remains safely under 2 psi as required by CSA specifications. The second method Pietro Fiorentini uses to achieve overpressure protection is a dual cut method. It works the exact same way as described in an earlier video of the PF400 standard model. This is a two-bodied regulator system. We have a worker and a monitor. The monitor regulator does the first cut of pressure down to 1.7 psi, passes that pressure onto the worker regulator. That second regulator cuts the pressure down to the pressure required by our appliance downstream, and we are safely under 2 psi required by the standard, and this passes as an overpressure device. So basically, it's a stair step down. You have 10 psi going down to around 2 psi, and then 2 psi going down to about 7 to 14 inches of water column. So in conclusion, the OPD model is basically a redundancy. If the downstream model fails, the upstream model will take over. And in the dual cut, it's basically a stair step down. Both regulators are required. One goes from a large PSI down to a smaller PSI, and the second one goes from PSI to water column. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call us at Sunbelt. We are happy to answer any of your regulator needs.